Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. This is Cloud Storage Made Easy for Managed Service Providers. I'm your host, Drew Schlussel, and with me today is our Director of America's Marketing, Chelsea Rogers, and our Director of Product Marketing, George Hamilton. MSPs have a massive opportunity to build profitable cloud storage as a service offering as their customers' data grows by leaps and bounds. Wasabi is here to help support you in that effort. And of course, we think that Wasabi is the ideal partner to help you do that. Speaking of Wasabi, today's webinar is brought to you by Wasabi. Wasabi is recognized as one of the technology industry's fastest growing companies. Wasabi is on a mission to store the world's data by making cloud storage affordable, predictable, and secure. With Wasabi, visionary companies gain the freedom to use their data whenever they like without being hit by unpredictable fees or vendor lock-in. Customers and partners all over the world trust Wasabi to help them put their data to work so they can unlock their full potential. All right, advertisement done, moving on. So let's talk about the cloud storage opportunity. Then we're going to jump in and talk about the capabilities and the support that Wasabi brings to the table. I'm going to keep this as short as possible because George and Chelsea really have all the best parts to share today. But let's set it up for you. Revenue opportunities in the cloud continue to grow, especially when it comes to data storage. We have seen through various surveys and industry pundits that data growth is continuing to grow unabated. Let's see, we're looking at 291 zettabytes of data generated by 2027. Wow, that's a lot.
Wild.
And most of that is going to be stored in the cloud. No surprise there. Your opportunity as an MSP is the fact that data has gravity. It's hard to move it around once it starts to get kind of rooted and grow. And you as an MSP can leverage that data gravity to not only establish a strong relationship with your customer, but to continue to grow and expand that relationship. Your customers are probably thinking about their total cost of ownership. That's one of the places that Wasabi absolutely dominates the market. We are by far the most economical cloud storage service, and you in turn can include that in your line card as part of your offerings. Wasabi is based upon the three principles that we deliver: price, performance, and protection. Price, of course, we are typically a fifth the cost of any of the hyperscalers. Our performance enables reliable backups, collaboration, and utilization of data for really any purpose whatsoever. And of course, protection goes without saying. Our protection ensures that the data of your customers is always kept confidential with full integrity and 100% availability. But there's more. So for our MSPs, just having great storage services and everything, that service needs to be as simple as possible to manage. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to George Hamilton so he can talk to you about our simple account management.
Thank you, Drew. Yes, this is my first webinar with Wasabi, but not my first rodeo, even though I don't have a cool cowboy hat like you have. I'm going to take you through the Wasabi Account Control Manager, brief summary here, and then we'll just get right into the demo so that you as a managed service provider can actually see how the platform works. It can do a lot of things, but it's laid out in a really simple way. But the basic premise of Wasabi Account Control Manager, and it's very unique to Wasabi, because as Drew mentioned, right, we are very, very extremely focused on empowering our reseller and MSP channels. That is our go-to-market strategy. We are here to make MSPs successful. And Wasabi Account Control Manager is a big part of that. And it makes it much easier, more efficient to manage a multi-layered cloud storage as a service platform for you as a service provider. So there's three levels to this. There's the control account, channel accounts, and the sub accounts. So at the control account level, that is the top of the pyramid. That is, an example would be a large MSP or a distributor or reseller sells Wasabi Cloud Storage to other MSPs who then sell to individual users. So those MSPs are channel accounts. So all those MSPs can sell through their channels under a single control account to their sub accounts. Sub accounts are the actual users that are invoiced and charged directly from that control account. And I think that one of the big benefits here is for a larger MSP or a distributor or reseller, you're consolidating all those accounts onto your profile, and that gives you a bigger discount with Wasabi so that you are not actually have a more efficient and easier to manage environment, but it becomes more profitable over time. You actually, a lot of people think because of the big hyperscalers out there that it's a race to the bottom to have a cloud storage service, like they're just dropping prices all the time. But no, you can actually deliver a very profitable service with a large number of reseller channels underneath and manage it all in a single platform. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, so here we are at the login. And of course, we do have a single sign-on is also available on this, but let me kind of take you through the platform. And again, really simple, intuitive interface. It does a lot of things, but it lays it out in a really simple way. So when I log into the platform, I'm going to be brought to the summary page. This is the dashboard. So in the top summary here, I have the total storage in my account, and I also have object numbers as well, the total number of active objects and the number of deleted objects in my account. I can also see my control account and all the sub accounts listed below. But before I drill into those details, let me take you through the profile here and the settings of the account. So you can see this is my Wasabi Account Control Manager. As it shows here, I am the control account admin. There are different roles within, which I'll show you in just a moment. But this gives me a summary view of everything under my control account. And so it starts with profile. I have my account details, users, regions, reach, and features. And we'll show you all of that. The Wacom Connect API key, this is in addition to us providing this simple user interface, we also provide an API so that you can natively integrate the features of the dashboard and the platform with other internal systems. If you want to do a little bit of coding work to do that, such as integrating with, say, your billing system or something along that. Also here, you have multi-factor authentication, which of course we would recommend in any production environment. So I click on the account listing here, and again, it's just going to give me some information overall about my account. Again, the Wacom Connect API key, and as I scroll down, I also have the single sign-on details here that I can set up. In this instance with Wasabi Account Control Manager, we support SAML and OpenID. And so as I described briefly before, we have the different roles laid out here. So you can start control account admin, who has all the rights to the platform. I have different staff levels that have different subsets of permissions that I allow people to do, all the way down to a control account viewer who really just only has read-only access to everything. I also have the number of users that are within the platform that are all listed here and what their roles are within the environment. Also lets me know, do they have MFA turned on? Very handy little tool there to try to make sure that people are using MFA and making sure they're keeping their accounts secure. I have a complete view of all of that there. I also have the ability to just simply create new users, what their role would be right from here. Very simple. I also have regions, which is basically simply where can they provision storage and any other features that we may have enabled in the platform. In this example here is sub-account sign-up form. This is part of Custom Cloud Console. And this feature, if when you've turned this on, it's part of the Wasabi Account Control Manager. It allows you to create a branded account page for your sub-accounts to go in and actually manage their storage platform. So if I click the edit button here, you can see I have this sign-up form, and I can add my little logo here. So I have my simple Wasabi Warrior, and it will create a co-branded sign-up page for sub-accounts. So we're allowing you as a service provider to make sure that your brand is front and center with your customers. So, and I will go back to the main dashboard phase, and we can walk through a little bit of these features here. So if I click on the control account, Again, I get an overall view of my account, what my total storage is, the total number of objects, any ingress, other things that follow in that control account. I can show just the control account, or I can click through and show the control account and all the sub-accounts that are attached to that control account. And I can change the date field as well. I can look year to date, last day, whatever I want to do there. So back to the main page of the dashboard. That's what it looks like clicking through the control account. I can also get a summary of all of my sub-accounts, and I can do some simple filters here by status, by the channel account those sub-accounts are attached to. I can also show what my deleted accounts are. And I have a basic text search string as well. I can also, like simply here, the arrow will pop up and I can try to sort these columns by, let's say, active storage. And I will see the accounts that are actually using the most storage within my control account. And I can click through on these particular sub-accounts and get more details about each of these sub-accounts. So I can see what total storage that they have, the total number of current objects, what their last month invoice was. And I can get bucket level statistics. I can see all of their invoices, their account information. And again, members, these are associated with the custom cloud console. So there's no members listed here, but if I had members there that had the ability to create the branded sign-up page, they would be listed here. And again, the regions that are available to provision storage are listed here. So that kind of gives you a high-level view of channel accounts and the sub-accounts and the ability to very, very simply create them. So to create a sub-account, it's a real simple form. I create a simple name. Here's George's account. Put in my Wasabi email. I can enforce a password, but the best thing I can do is to make sure that I require a password reset. And I have other options here, such as enabling FTP access. I can send the password reset to the sub-account email. And I also can determine whether this is a trial or not. And if it is a trial, I click on trial, and then I have the option to set this to 30, 60, or 90 days. And I can set the quota on the account from 1 terabyte in 1 terabyte increments up to 5 terabytes. And the nice thing is you can come in and edit this at any time. So if I want to start with 30 days, try to create some urgency for my customer to sign on, set it at 30 days, but you can always go back in and adjust it to 60 or 90 days and even adjust the storage capacity upward a little bit. It will automatically convert to a paid account upon the expiration of the trial. So that's how easy it is to create a sub-account. And it's the same principle for a channel account. I look through my channel accounts here, and I can see here I've got 57 paid sub-accounts. I have 3 that are on trial, and how much total storage I have under my account and the average total storage amount per account. And again, I can filter this by status. I can search on it. I can click through any of these. And so again, some of these column headers will allow me to sort by that particular column as well. And to create a channel account, again, super easy. Just give it an account name, the email, and what their purchase storage amount is. All right, so I've shown you most of the information on how to create channel accounts, sub-accounts, how to view all of their storage, their usage, and get bucket statistics as well. Now let's take you into the Invoices tab. And I put in a date range of January 1st to February 17th, but I can, of course, adjust that here. I can do month to date. I can do year to date and see all of the invoices that are under my account and whether those invoices are attached to a particular channel account here. And again, I can sort these by channel account or by control invoice number. So there's the control invoice number attached to the channel account, and then there's the sub invoice numbers that fall under a control invoice number. And so I can see all that data here. So what you're seeing here is a pre-calculated usage based on Wasabi's list price. So when you first come into the dashboard and you look at invoices, you see an aggregate view of all of the invoices within the account, also whether they're attached to a specific channel account that you can see here. So a control account can have one of 2 billing plans, PayGo or RCS, or reserved capacity storage. This is a PayGo account. So that's what we're listed here. So the calculation for that is, this is a pre-calculated invoicing scheme that is based on Wasabi's list price. So the way that formula works is you have the active storage total cost, the deleted storage total cost, plus your minimum active total storage cost. So that is how we calculate it. So you can see an example here. And I can filter this by name, channel account, the control invoice number, or I can do a search on it. And I can export this either as a CSV file, JSON, or Excel. So I could, as an example, export this into Excel, and then I can actually go in and manipulate the pricing to my specific MSP pricing. But I have all of the other calculations already built into it, so it helps me automate my invoicing. But we at least provide that visibility into what their usage is on an average monthly gigabytes per day average. We base it on, again, Wasabi's list price, but then you have the option to download this and then manipulate that to at least, and you'll have a total view of all of the sub-accounts and all of their invoicing. And with that, I can hand it back to Chelsea, who will go over the partner portal.
I am going to share some kind of fun sort of sales and marketing side of the house resources for MSPs. So Wasabi has a partner portal, and our partner portal is a separate login from Wasabi Account Control Manager. You can find us at partnerportal.wasabi.com. Any signed Wasabi partner can create an account for free in our partner portal. You do so here by clicking the Request an Account button. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. And we're going to land here on the home dashboard. Home dashboard is really kind of a great highlight spot for what's new and what's popular for our partners. So kind of here on our main banner, you'll see that we highlight different things that are new and exciting in the partner portal. Our quick links address typically our most frequently asked questions that we get from partners, which is usually, hey, how do I get to my storage account or Wasabi Account Control Manager? The partner portal isn't directly connected to that, but these quick links can kind of take you there, and as well as technical support. And our partner portal supports multiple languages, so you can choose the language of your choice. But we'll go ahead and dive in here. So we have a few main sections of our partner portal. My favorite and our most frequently used section is our training and pre-sales. So we have a lot of great resources for our partners to be able to learn how to talk about Wasabi, how to sell Wasabi, and how to set up their Wasabi service. So we have some really great training tracks for you, and I'm really excited. Just at the beginning of this year, we launched our technical certification program. It's a 2-part technical certification that walks through sort of all the feature functions and technical jargon of Wasabi. So what you can do is go step by step through each portion of the technical track. And there are 2 components to it. So this is kind of part 1 of the track, which is more of an introduction, technical, kind of covering our security, immutability, replication and migration. You'll take a quick quiz, and then you can go ahead and go to our part 2 of the learning track that deep dives into Wasabi Account Control Manager. Hopefully, based on George's demo there, you'll be able to breeze through this and pass the quiz with ease. But it's a great resource for our MSPs to get a really quick understanding of how these resources work, and how to dive in and be able to kind of talk about these both internally and with your customers as needed. And then we also have our sales learning track as well. It gives you some great resources along the way, in addition to educating you on sort of how we pitch Wasabi, how to talk to your customers about it, and really understand all the value points along the way. So some really great resources. in here, including things like battle cards, learning about some of our other use cases like surveillance, and just a basic intro of what is Wasabi. Moving on to our next section, we have our content and resources section. So we create a ton of content at Wasabi. We have a fantastic marketing team that is continually putting out really helpful resources. So this is our content and resources hub. Every month we have a Tech Connect session where Bill Thompson, who leads our solution architects team, it jumps on with any MSPs that would like to participate and join. And he talks about, what's new with Wasabi from a technical standpoint, any new changes, updates, feature enhancements. And then he opens up the forum to allow anyone to ask questions, to talk about challenges that they're having, to talk about opportunities that they have with their customers and, how they might navigate some of those. And Bill offers really great advice, and he always welcomes the opportunity to be kind of stumped in the process and follow up with you with some deeper responses. So lots of good content here, and you can filter by content type. We have battle cards, we have case studies, we have presentations, deployment guides, really anything and everything that will be valuable for our partners we try to keep in here. But if there's ever a piece of content that you're looking for that you can't find, I'll jump down. You can always go to our marketing request section of the partner portal. That is basically a form that allows you to ask a question, and it gets routed to me and my team, and we'll pass it along to the appropriate person on either the Wasabi marketing or Wasabi sales team that can help answer your question and provide the right resources if there's something that you're looking for that you didn't quite find within our partner portal. Next, we have our campaigns in a box, and this is something I really love because one of the things I hear often from our MSPs is, I don't have a full marketing team. I only have, a part-time marketing resource, or, I wear all the hats and I'm the marketing person and the sales guy and I set everything up. And, these campaigns in a box are really built to help you kind of launch your Wasabi service, to help you promote a specific use case, to really just help you market in any way, shape that you can. So we provide, foundational content, press release guidelines. You can co-brand resources in here like ads and solution briefs. We have emails, both sales and marketing tailored emails that you can leverage. How to price and quote Wasabi to your customers. I think that's probably one of the things we hear from MSPs really often is they love Wasabi, they love Wasabi Account Control Manager, and then they say, okay, but how do I build my, backup as a service as Wasabi as the storage destination? So, obviously we can't tell you exactly how to do it because only you know your business best, but you certainly can take some pointers from us on how we see partners do it successfully. And, as I think Drew mentioned earlier, data has gravity. And, one of the things that we see with our MSPs is once they sign up with Wasabi and they launch their service and get going, they take advantage of Wasabi Account Control Manager. Those customers tend to be, lifetime customers, right? They don't drop off. They stick with us because they're really happy with the service and it supports them how they need it. And from an MSP perspective, it's easy for you to manage and affordable. So everyone wins. So we've got some great campaign in a box resources here. Again, if there's something you see here that you wish that you could find, you can always let us know with marketing requests. We also have a few other resources. We have a calendar here where we highlight some of the events that we're going to be participating in. So you can see here, we've got several events teed up for 2025. We have some additional events that we'll be adding here as well. If you're located here in North America, we'll be attending some of the channel company events this year. So hope to see you at some of these or maybe all of these and get a chance to have a conversation in person and answer some of your questions. And finally, one other resource that I think is underutilized in our portal but can be really helpful is something called prospect pages. So you can create your own sort of like mini web page about Wasabi, and you can share this out with your prospects. So if you wanted to talk to them about, why you use Wasabi and here are the value points, you can build your own prospect page. You can pull content that we have available in the portal. You can add any kind of text that you'd like, and it also will pull in your information from your profile in the partner portal so that your customers know how to reach out to you directly if they have questions once they take a look at your prospect page. So that's pretty much our Wasabi Partner Portal from a high-level view. Like I said, my team works really hard to make sure that we have some really valuable resources here for MSPs and all of our partners in our ecosystem. But we are always open to new ideas and learning. So if you have a suggestion or a question, feel free to reach out to us. We are partner portal at wasabi.com, and you can go to our marketing requests.
Wow. George, Chelsea, fantastic stuff. Let's see. We've got the tools, we've got the content, we've got the guidance, the experience to help MSPs launch their cloud storage as a service business. Add it to the line card, bring data gravity into that customer for life approach. I think success is practically guaranteed. But here is the formula for you. If you're looking for that simple 1, 2, 3, 4 approach, join the Wasabi Partner Network. Sign up, gain access to that partner portal. So much incredible content for you. We recognize that MSPs, almost 90% technical. Sales is kind of that thing they have to do to just bring that new business in. We're here to help you with that. Build your solution, build your offering, right? We can help you with that. We also have data migration tools to help get customer data into your account, right? People who are trying to get away from those mean, nasty hyperscalers that charge them for every little thing they do. We can help you. We have open arms, right? Pick your pricing model. And in fact, you don't have to pick either or. It can be both. You can offer pay-go services. You can offer reserve capacity services. We didn't do a real deep dive on the differences between those two. Suffice it to say, pay-go, there's a predictable price. You pay for what you use per terabyte. Reserve capacity, you buy in chunks, meaning in 25, 50, 100 terabytes. You get a discount for how long you buy for and how much you buy. All right. Great stuff there. You can, of course, get your Wasabi Account Control Manager account going, demo it, play with it, make sure you're comfortable, make sure that the API access is going to help you with your billing processes, integrate with your frameworks, and then launch. Get out there, spread the word, tell everybody what you've got, and we are here to help you succeed.